Three, two, one.
Welcome to the
Welcome to
podcast.
podcast, guys.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Do you guys ever wonder what the duties and responsibilities are for other countries?
I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't. Other countries probably have similar things. At least democratic countries.
Well, obviously, because you don't got North Korea over here just giving.
Yeah, but you can still vote in North Korea. That's a
Oh
responsibility.
yeah, for the one guy.
No.
Wait, you can vote in North Korea?
Well, I don't
Okay,
know.
but,
You might be required to vote in North Korea. I don't know. They'll
Yeah,
probably arrest
I
you if you don't.
doubt it.
Yeah, but they'll probably arrest you if you don't. So
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be more of a duty of a citizen
wait,
Right.
what's a duty,
to
though?
vote in North Korea.
What's a
But
duty?
Right.
okay, yeah, but I feel like duty you get arrested if you don't do it. It's law.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So
a big
people
one's
in North
paying your
Korea-
taxes though.
Exactly, bro. If you don't pay your taxes, you're going
Right, because well, why should people pay taxes? Then I must ask, right?
to support the government. I feel like that's pretty simple.
Yeah,
Nah, I mean, that pays the teachers, bro.
yeah, it does pay the
Exactly.
teachers.
What about-
I mean,
Well,
Okay,
attending
wait, guys.
Yeah.
Should do you think we actually have to attend school until we're 18? Hear me
you
out.
can drop out.
no, the requirement's 16 now, though.
Yeah, you can drop out at 16. Well,
Oh,
I
it's-
think
16?
you should
Oh.
change it until you graduate and you're forced to be in there.
No, I don't think 16 is bad though, because especially if you're already if you already have a job and you also need to help your family, I think 16 is good.
Yeah, no, my problem is with 16, you're just learning how to drive. You might not have a car, and you have no reason to actually drop out, and it just could potentially ruin your life.
But
So that's my base one.
think about that.
Yeah, but
They take away your driver's license if you drop out.
if you drop out, yeah, you can't have you can't have a permit if you drop out. You have to wait until you're 18 to get your license if you drop out. Because I think you can get your license earlier if you stay in school.
Yeah, you can.
But So I think that's a good thing that it's a duty to attend school until you're 16, because I think you've learned the basics. And I think
Right,
by the
yeah.
time you're 16, if you're doing something that you want to drop out of high school for, I think you should be allowed to, because I think at that point you kind of know what you're doing a little bit.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
I get you.
Because I don't think I think graduating high school should just be it's a good thing, but I think it being illegal to drop out until 16 is really good. I think that's the
Yeah, but
fact that
you don't
that's,
want to do it earlier because you can't do anything earlier.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you have to go to school, right, until you're 16. So
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to.
it's not like.
well, it's a duty. It's a civil duty. So
Does
Civil
anyone know
right.
if
I think that's a
if
good
homeschool
thing.
counts?
homeschool,
What?
yeah, homeschooling counts. Well,
Yeah,
if you
homeschooling counts,
homeschool,
yeah.
you're not going to school, but you're still in the school system.
You're taking online classes.
or you're just getting homeschooled by your parent.
Yeah.
Anyways, since we're talking about civil duties and responsibilities, should we maybe explain them? What do you guys?
Yeah.
What would you guys consider a civil duty?
I mean, me personally, I consider a civil duty as something that you must do, required to do to be a citizen in the U.S. Paying your taxes, you have to do that to be able to be a
Yeah.
citizen.
Going to jury duty when you're called to it is another one.
If you don't
True.
do these things, you might get arrested, you might get fined, all these things like that. So, I mean, kind of feel like you got to do that, right?
Yeah.
What about responsibility? Because I feel like that's more of a thing that's societally you should do, but it's not required, like voting.
Well, I mean, again, it's not required, right? So no one should see you as a bad person or in the wrong for not doing that. So
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah, but-
voting, you don't vote if you don't want to vote. Cool. I mean, you should. That'd be cool.
Right,
Makes it better. But
You have a
don't
right to do it, so I would do it.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Should voting really be a responsibility, not a duty? If we're a democratic country, I feel like since that's a responsibility, not a duty, it's not, since a duty is legally required and a responsibility isn't. You don't have to vote, but wouldn't you just be making it so you get less representation? Do you guys think that should be a duty and not a responsibility?
I think it should be a duty because I mean, even Australia has it, and it seems like it's working out fine for them. Because people who don't vote, no matter where you are and what you stand on, your person can win or lose could be based off of the people who don't vote. So I think they should have to vote unless they become a certain age. I feel like that's a
Yeah, but
Wait,
I don't know. I feel like they shouldn't have to vote because I think that kind of turns into like it's just weird getting arrested or fined for not voting. I don't know.
yeah.
Because like paying taxes, obeying like all the duties are like paying taxes, obeying the law, like signing up for a draft, attending school, jury duty.
Yeah.
Those are all things that are like the draft. We need people for the army in case something happens. I mean,
Right. If something happens, you need to be able to enlist no matter
laws.
what.
Obviously, we need laws because
Yeah. Laws.
taxes, support, like
Taxes
it's
you
all
need.
pivotal things to the government. But like voting,
Right.
very important. But I don't. If you don't vote, country's still gonna survive.
guys,
Right.
why
Yeah.
why would you say that knowing knowing US history, like would you really need to know that to be a citizen, or do you not need to know that?
Yeah. I think you need to know it
What
because
to become naturalized?
yeah, to be
You need
naturalized, you need to know history.
US history.
Taking like a
I
civics
think
test?
because if you didn't, then I feel like because when you become a citizen, you are able to vote properly, like everybody else. If you don't know history and stuff like that, you don't know where you are.
We can make some mistakes, right?
Right, you will
Yeah.
make mistakes that could do things, and also it's good to know what a country is standing off of and what they stand for.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a good sum of why you should have to know history, especially U.S. history.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you don't know U.S. history, I mean, there's like really like the Constitution, amendments,
What's-
very important things.
What's more pivotal things that you would really need to know?
I'd probably say, like I just said, that like Constitution amendments, those things are very important. I think wars as well are important.
All of them. Yeah.
I think just knowing that stuff, like said this twice already, but the Constitution amendments, very, very, very important. Bill of Rights. You know what your rights are. You know what's not legal for like people to do at all. You know, violating your rights. I just think it's really important for that to be known by everyone.
You said jury duty earlier. What's that?
Well, I mean, you get selected for a jury. When you're 18 plus, you can get selected for jury duty, which is like you basically just decide if someone's innocent or guilty in like a criminal
In
trial.
like so if like somebody, I don't know, if somebody like robbed a store, and we were pulling up the evidence, we would decide if they'd go to jail or they walk free or something.
Yeah, which I think is kind of intertwines with obeying the law, because that's also just a part of the law. There has to be juries, or else it's going to be like, it's because juries are to make the trial impartial, so there could be bias maybe from a judge or someone they know. So I think it's a good thing that it's a duty and not a responsibility, because I think
Well, nobody would go either.
nobody wants to do jury duty, but
Nobody wants to spend their time like that, which I can get because you have a life, but like
I think it's important still.
you're right, nothing's gonna get done.
Anyways,
So I know like you have to sign up for the draft when you're between 18 and 25, but like realistically, knowing how many citizens we have, do you guys really think that is a must, or should it be like how do we, like, do you think that should be changed at all?
No.
no, I don't. I'm not sure, because the thing about like signing up for a draft, you don't have to like if you're in college or something, you won't get drafted. So it's not really required. So most people 18-25, they either like have a job or they're not really doing anything if they're going into the draft. So I don't know. I think we have a big military and we have a lot of military personnel, but I think obviously something like on the scale that would require a draft would be huge, and I think we'd need more people.
Yeah,
But
you're
I
right.
don't. Yeah, I don't know if if a draft would really work anymore.
No.
I feel
People
like
don't
people
really
would just find a way to
like
cheat that.
joining the. Yeah, like dodging the drafts, especially
Right.
I feel like at
Vietnam.
that point, it's you just like go look for it's like instead of maybe signing up for, I mean everyone signs up for, it, right? But instead of that, you take like a test. They all have to go out there do physical like training,
Yeah.
weightlifting, all that kind of stuff, running,
Well,
whatever.
no, you do, and
I know,
there's
I
like
mean, like-
certain things.
Yeah, even yeah. No, that's because that's what he was saying. He's like, even if you do the draft, you still have to do a physical and like a
Yeah.
mental test,
I'm saying
which
like
I think
like-
is good.
Right.
you do that and where was I going with that? See, like what if so like athletes, we have all these athletes, right? Why don't like I get it, athletes, right? It's war. Why don't we take some of the athletes? Why do we not allow them to take like people who are athletes in any sport? Why do they not allow that?
Well, we do though, because in I think it was World War II, like singers and a lot of baseball athletes and a lot of football athletes signed up to enlist in the military during the war.
Yeah, but
I
that's
think-
not so much draft. But usually they're older than 25. I feel like
You're right. Yeah.
maybe not football players, but I think there are a lot of like, especially nowadays.
Right.
But yeah, I think generally the biggest duty of the two biggest duties of a citizen is paying taxes and obeying the law. Paying taxes, I think, is just you just have to, because I think without taxes, obviously, we would literally have the government would have no money. The government would have no money, and it could collapse. You know, because we saw last November where there was we hit the debt ceiling and they didn't raise it for like 2 months. A bunch of people were put on leave until that ended, which was really bad.
Well,
that
and
would
TSA
probably-
they got paid.
Yeah, that would happen a lot more if there were no tax. That would probably, well, I don't think there would be a government in general if we didn't pay taxes.
Yeah, just be free roaming.
And I mean, obeying the law. I mean,
Like,
I
just
feel
don't
that's
break
pretty-
it. Pretty much it.
pretty self-explanatory, and as to why that's a duty, because well, you'll go to jail first of all, and also
Yeah.
obeying the law kind of keeps our country up. If nobody obeyed the law, then we wouldn't have a country.
Exactly.
What
I think
let's what is like the ceiling for like how like people who abuse their freedoms of speech and stuff, like respecting others, what kind of yeah kind of thing, like
Oh,
Um,
okay. No, I get it.
I
No,
couldn't
okay.
I couldn't like think of it. There's, like, the words
abuse
that, like, fell out of that.
freedom of speech is kind of interesting. I
Well,
think
no,
people,
it's just like saying words
Yeah,
that target
respe-
certain
like-
groups of people.
I think freedom of speech is one of the most important things of our country, and obviously
Right.
respecting others' rights and like showing equality and stuff is really important. But even then, I think everyone should be able to say anything they want. I don't think it should matter what you're doing. Like even if it's like just not like good, it's still, if you restrict that, then some people might not like what you're saying and then come for you. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think respecting the rights of others is really important. Like, I mean, racism, whatever, and sexism, I think are two very important issues. And I think it's good what progress we've made, but I think that doesn't really mix with like freedom of speech. I think freedom of speech should be untouched.
Yeah.
But it is like respecting rights, very important thing,
Yeah, right.
especially like just day to day.
Yeah.
I think that also kind of is the same thing with like helping the community, you know, volunteering, donating,
Yeah,
really anything.
I mean, you heard of you know, all these cancer researches, you know, donating to that kind
Yeah.
of stuff, especially like we see all of these high like wealth people, Elon Musk, all these people, they are, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm trying to say this, but like they might be avoiding taxes in a way. I'm not smart enough to figure that out, but like, you know, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
heard of that kind of
Yeah.
stuff on the internet.
Well,
Never is right, but like,
I don't know. I think donating shouldn't be like tax exempt. I don't think you should be able to write that off. Because
No,
I think donating and like just helping any community in general should just be an act of kindness and not to keep your money.
right.
I feel like if you have a certain amount of money, you should have like I wait, do you pay extra taxes if you have more income?
No, you pay the same.
Okay,
Hey,
well
more
if you have,
income? Yeah, there's brackets.
Well, yeah.
You pay extra the more money you make.
oh then
It's just some
if you
people
pay extra,
avoid that.
you should also be I feel like you should also be required to pay back to the community. Like I said, cancer research, any of that stuff, but like helping to build a new park, pitching in, like looking after all these things. Like if you have more money, I feel like you should kind of have to do this, right?
Yeah. No, I think
What,
it also just should come from the goodness of yourself because, like, a lot of people, even in our local area, like to volunteer to help kids and stuff, and it's very nice to see. I think it really helps the community, but I think it should just come from the best of what you're actually trying to do versus a tax write-off.
yeah, which I think most people do that, but like obviously like
Yeah,
whatever, and you're doing it for a tax write-off. I think that's dumb, and I don't really know why that. Maybe it was to encourage donations to things, but I think being able to use that as a tax write-off is just not a good thing for the community.
Not a good look.
Like obviously you're donating, but I think it's like you're clearly doing it for like an ulterior motive.
You want the
I think
like you want the public to view you as a better person because you've done that kind of thing.
And you get taxes write-off. Which also kind of goes along with being informed, because obviously, I mean, you can see someone donating something, but then you can also look deeper and then see, oh, they did this so they could not have to do whatever. Like, I mean, being informed is kind of the same level of helping your community, because I think being informed helps you help your community, especially voting, like policies, being informed on who you're voting for as a citizen. Because obviously it's your duty to vote, but I think the fact that being informed is a responsibility is more important. Well, it's not your duty to vote, but I think being informed is more important than voting. Because if you're not informed while voting, then what are you really voting for? Kinda
Overall,
useless.
what do you guys think is like the difference between like having like a responsibility and a duty? Like what's like the difference between those two things? Mark?
Well, I mean, yeah.
I think it really comes down to how important it is to the overall government. Because if you volunteer, and this will help with helps taking part in the local government by volunteering or voting. I mean, voting helps everything. But I think the big difference is how important it is to the country overall versus your local area.
Yeah, I agree with that. But also, I mean, a duty, you're kind of gonna get like fined or arrested if you don't. But
Yeah,
the reason it's a duty is because it's more important. I agree.
right.
Okay, so let me just get like the overall of what we've talked about. So like basically a duty is like something we are required to do. We don't do it, we get arrested, we get fined, all these kind of bad negative things. A responsibility is something that we can choose to do, and it will be looked at as a good thing if we do it. So like, again, Mark said volunteering. Volunteering, great thing to do. Great responsibility. Love it.
Yeah.
But, like, that should be everything, right? Unless I missed anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
don't
your
forget
really
about-
only.
Dropping out.
Taking part in the government. Yeah, that's
Dropping at 16.
Jumping
dropping
out.
out of 16. I mean, I could probably talk about that for an hour,
Oh, we all
Yeah.
but
It's like
yeah, I know.
thinking about like different ages. Why don't they just move it up 1 year, move it down 1 year, you know?
Yeah, but then it's like, why not do it? Whatever, and then everyone says something, and it's just, I don't know, like it's dumb.
Alright.
I
Yeah.
think it's at the perfect place.
Does that wrap up this episode?
I think that does.
Yeah.
Alright.
Thank you for listening in, and I guess have a good one,
Goodbye.
right?
Yeah.
Goodbye, yeah.
Yeah, have a good one, everyone.
Have a good one.
Yep.